Howdy, howdy, folks, and welcome to another episode of Nerd Hell. It's me, a bottle of Jones limited released turkey and gravy soda.
And it's me, something or other. I don't know. I'm not for what I mean. I gotta go to like a Halloween party today, which is like, weeks before Halloween. Which I'm like, come on, what are you doing? But then it's also my niece's birthday, so whatever.
Aw.
Yeah.
I wasn't kidding about that soda. I took a video. I'll post it on Twitter later. But so there's a soda I like. I think it's local. It's called Jones.
No,
and
Jones
it's really
Sodas
tasty.
Has been around.
You like?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No,
cool, cool.
it's like in the most hipster parts. Like when we would go visit downtown Houston, it would be in the most hipster parts of Houston. Or like when we would go visit any kind of like artsy place, there was always a Mr. Jones soda or soda machine somewhere around. It was like a big treat for us. So
Gotcha. Okay, because I just like barely found out about it a month ago. I really like it. And as I was getting a Jones soda because I was gonna watch I watched Creep 2 yesterday. Good movie. I saw that in the back there was like a hidden soda flavor, and I'm like, what are they hiding from me? It was turkey and gravy flavor.
that's gross, dude.
It was absolutely awful. Listen, I respect them because it's obviously a gag, right? Because
Right.
all their sodas are delicious, and I respect them doing this, but it was god awful.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, it's turkey and whatever, right? So it's not
I
like
love turkey and gravy.
yeah, because it's so Jones sodas. If I remember, it's like the craft sodas, right? So when you did Jones sodas, have you ever tried like any of the other craft like sugarcane sodas, or is it just this turkey and gravy?
Oh, so
Nightmare.
I was on a journey to try every Jones soda flavor. Because my favorite soda of all time is root beer and cream soda, right? So I tried the
Right.
cream soda. I'm like, this is good. I'm gonna try everything they have, and so I have. But so every week I get myself a cream soda, and because at my Smith's there's like a craft soda section, and there's a soda, no joke, spelled BAWLS, Bravo Alpha. I forgot W.
Yeah, Bawls soda.
Yeah,
It's like
Bawls.
an energy
It's called Bawls.
drink.
Is
Yeah,
it
dude.
an energy drink?
Yeah, it's an energy drink. Like, what is it? Bawls was the thing that, like, when we were in middle school, we had, like, cross country, because this is before I fucked up my knee. So, when I used to do lots of, like, running and that kind of shit, in high school and in middle school, we did these, like, lock-ins, and we had these lock-ins at this, like, it was downtown, well, not even downtown, if you could call it that, right? Because we lived in a suburb of Kingwood. And in Kingwood, they had like these townhome apartments that were businesses, and you take this elevator up to this gaming place, and they had like all the computers there, and they had LAN parties and that kind of stuff. So we would have these lock-ins where you could play, but then they would also have like free energy drinks open to all the cross country kids and everything. So we would like drink and like chug down, this soda Bawls, and we thought it was really funny because we're middle schoolers, so we're like,
No, I
I'm gonna
literally
drink
did.
these balls.
I literally did that to my roommate. I like knocked on his door. It's like, "Yo, you want to sip? You want to taste my balls?"
Yeah,
And then I held
dude.
the can out, and he laughed the first time. He didn't laugh the 19th time.
No, yeah, like that's the tradition, man. That you have to do is like bring on the childish attitude and that kind of shit. So you did right by that one.
Yeah.
But
I will say the root beer was kind of generic. It's all right, root beer.
Yeah, the Bawls soda, right, has kind of like a special place in my heart that even like when I go to Specs sometimes and I pick up like liquor or anything for like a party or that kind of stuff. But like, hey, that hasn't happened recently because who's going to invite me to a party? Is I would go to Specs and then grab like a can of Bawls and then go get whatever liquor that, I was supposed to go get for a party. And, that's been a long time now. So I'm actually excited to see. Maybe I'll go to Specs and grab some Bawls later when I get paid this week. So, yeah. Speaking of like soda, so you know how people have been memeing on the Xbox Series X for looking like a fucking fridge? Because it's basically a box, right? It's a trash can PC.
Bro,
And
the Xbox Series X is built like Kingpin from The Spider-Man movie.
Oh, right. Well, it's like so boxy and shit that last year they actually made a fully functioning fridge that they gave away to one lucky customer. And
Good.
this year they're actually doing pre-orders for mini fridges. That's called the Xbox Series X mini fridge, and pre-orders for it begin on October 19th. Now, I want you to guess how much this mini fridge is going to cost you.
You know what? Mini fridges, unless you go to like the DI or like the thrift store, they're kind of expensive. So I'm gonna say like a normal mini fridge, $100, $200 for Xbox. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give it a good old $400 price tag. I bet it glows in the dark.
It is $19.99.
I am getting one right now.
Yeah. Well, you can't
got
order it
papers.
until the 19th, so you got to wait till Tuesday. But
Pre-orders now.
yeah, but the mini fridge is expected to ship at some point in December, and Microsoft has partnered with Target to kind of bring this together. And it says that orders about it will be available really soon, but the Xbox mini fridge can hold up to 12 drinks. It has 2 shelves inside the door designed to hold snacks. It even has a USB at the front to charge devices, and comes equipped with a DC power adapter so it can be portable. The mini fridge was kind of first teased at like E3 this year, following Microsoft's promise to make one after defeating Skittles in a Twitter poll over like what they should make for a fridge. And the Xbox mini fridge is a result of like Microsoft really leaning into those memes. Yeah, it's
I
yeah.
think my favorite thing is that this mini fridge is about like 2 inches smaller than the actual Xbox Series X.
Oh my god. The other funny part of it is that the joke that the company's announcement at E3 said it's the world's, and I'm quoting, the world's most powerful mini fridge with Xbox Velocity cooling architecture.
The most powerful fridge.
It's the most powerful, but dude, it only holds like 12 like cans, right? So if you're looking at this kind of thing, this kind of like is literally a portable mini fridge. I'll say like I'm honestly thinking about getting it too. I don't know, because I want to do like this gamer girl setup in my fucking house where I have like the neon lights or whatever kind of from my place, and then have the Xbox Series X be like, this is my console gaming, not Nintendo all the way. Xbox can suck a dick, and then just like open it up for like, balls. So there you go.
Xbox can suck my, you pull the balls out. Bawls.
I know, right? We sponsor us, Balls. We love your shit. Now,
Improve the root beer.
I don't know. I think that's a reasonable price, especially for something that looks like $100. It's $99.99.
Wait. I thought you said $199.
No,
it is $100.
It's $100. Yeah.
Oh, I said it as a joke, but now I'm actually gonna get it. That is pretty damn affordable. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, dude. Like, who needs Christmas presents? Fuck them. Like, get yourself a mini
Christmas
fridge.
present.
Yeah.
This is my Christmas present.
Hell yeah, dude. I don't know.
It glows green.
You know what's the worst part about all of this is that, like, it's been a year or so since, like, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X came out, and no one has them. Like, literally no one has them. It's basically just been a kind of a joke. God damn it. Fucking who's calling me? Can you hold on a sec? Let's pause.
Okay, we're gonna take a pause, folks. Give us a second, please. Oh, there we go. Yes, I know how to podcast, and now we are back. How we doing, folks? So anyways, we were talking about the Xbox mini fridge.
With Xbox Velocity cooling architecture.
The most powerful fridge known to man.
I'm actually interested to see, like, what it would be. Like, what this actually fucking is, but still. I don't know. I am interested to see how much it actually is worth, right? But I don't know. Do you think that they're going to have like ways to prevent scalpers or from people from buying like 12?
Oh God, I hope so. Because if they're doing pre-orders, that's already an anti-scalping measure. But if they can just find a way to realize that these bots are bots, then we're all good. But I'm not sure. The lucky thing is, like, and I keep telling this to people, is that just call your local Best Buy or your local Target, ask them when the next shipment's coming in for like your PlayStation 5 or whatever, and they'll be happy to hold one if you have like an email account with them.
Well, that's the other part of that kind of fucking sucks is that Best Buy was fucking scalping.
Wait, really?
Essentially.
What?
Yeah, did you not hear about it? Like, Best Buy was essentially saying that, like, hey, you need to buy this $200 membership, and then we'll hold a PlayStation 5 or Xbox for you.
These cowards. They betrayed me.
Yeah. What was it? The Best Buy membership program was meant to be kind of like this place where you could, like, you know, basically you take advantage of the benefits that they have. So, like, you have, it's $200 a year. And basically, membership includes, like, a concierge service to help fix whatever electronics you need. Or if you need to install any electronics, it's free. It's like them trying to cash in on basically a member's paywall to buy, like, a PlayStation 5. Because there was a drop at, like, Best Buy, and so when people tried to buy it, instead of taking them to the cart, it took them to the Best Buy program, like, rewards membership. And then it, like, sold out, right? Because you know how those things are.
Yeah,
So,
that is some absolute bull.
yeah, that's absolute ass. And they're getting, like, fucking chewed online for it. So it's one of those things of I support Best Buy, because anytime, like, I can actually go to a brick and mortar store, I'm 100% behind Best Buy. But the fact that they're purposefully doing this to people, I think is absolute bullshit, because that adds $200 on top of, like, you know, the PlayStation 5, if you actually want a PlayStation 5. Plus, how many times am I going to invite a stranger to my house to install electronics when all I can do is just basically read the instruction manual in my fucking, like, home, and I can do it myself?
I can't even think of a reason to go to Best Buy more than like once like every like 4 months, like every quarter, sure, but that ain't worth $200 a year. What the hell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's not. It really isn't. So they're getting kind of fucked over that online. Like, even Linus Tech Tips was, like, on their podcast, we're fucking calling it out as, like, basically like an indecent proposal. So
Best Buy has a podcast?
What? No, not Best Buy, dude. Linus Tech Tips.
Oh.
Like, listen to me. Why are you not listening to me today?
I am.
No, you're not. Like,
I heard.
great.
God, I just have words in my head that are trying to get into the conversation, but no, that is really messed up, and we talk about that a lot. How memberships are destroying the very foundation of America.
Sure.
Paid memberships. I am excited for the Xbox Series X mini fridge. As dumb as that sentence is, I hope it grows. I hope it glows green, right when you open it.
Yeah,
like that would be so cool.
We're gonna have to do that and play and, like, get it. I don't know. Should we have time to, like, kind of, like, self-promote a little bit right now?
Yeah, since we are promoting Xbox, what are we going to be promoting then?
So we're going to be promoting this idea of, well, how many people do we have listening to the podcast concurrently, Robinson?
So apparently, if we add up YouTube and if we add up Spotify, we have about 40 followers.
Oh, shit, seriously? What the fuck happened? I thought we only had, like, 12.
So it is possible that they're all the same people, and if that's the case, we only have like 18. But like we have about between 18 and 40 followers. We thought that we want to be more attributing to the community, right? Because you guys follow us for one reason or another. Why not try to follow you guys back? So we decided on a couple of ways that we can interact with y'all.
We are going to open up a Discord, which will be open next week and announced next week on the podcast. And we are going to start Twitch streaming some spooky horror games this October, because it's Spooktober, so why not, right?
And for those of you who like seeing grown large men get scared, I am a massive pussy when it comes to horror games.
Yeah, I'm a massive wuss when it comes to movies. Like,
Yeah,
it's one of those things that I don't understand. Like, with horror games, I can control, like, what I'm doing, but I can't do that with movies. So I'm just there for the ride. And it's one of those things.
I'm the opposite.
Are you kidding? Because all my students, like, make fucking fun of me for being so anti-horror, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. if this is capitalism and I get to pay for what I fucking want, why would I pay to be scared when I hate being scared? So eat a dick. And
I am the opposite because like I have a very strong suspicion of belief when I play video games. Like I become the character. So when my character's in danger, so am I. But when it's a movie and it's obviously not me, I'm like, I'm safe. They're not, but I am.
man, you should play Resident Evil 7 then.
I did play. I did play 7. It was one of the worst experiences of my life.
Yeah.
I had to play with like lights on and as far away as the TV as I could.
Oh shit, dude.
I'm
Wow.
a scaredy cat, but I wanted to play it because apparently it's like the best horror game ever.
Well, I
Until
like
8
anything
came out.
like Resident Evil, so, Resident Evil 8 and Village, aka Village, is my game of the year, honestly.
I'll play that. I'll stream that for everybody. And don't worry, the fear will overpower the horny. I can guarantee that. Fear overpowers everything when it comes to video games.
Are you talking about Big Mama?
Oh yeah, Big Mama.
Hell yeah, dude. I don't know. I need to like spy in on that or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Twitch.tv/BuyerOrchid. And the O is a 0. So there you go. That's my Twitch handle or whatever. I don't know. Follow or don't,
tweet.
because I haven't done really anything since trying to play Skyrim. So, or not Skyrim, Dark Souls. So
We'll also tweet that out for anybody who's like serious about following that.
yeah, I don't know, but we're
Yeah,
gonna
it would
see
be
about like
easier.
trying to play or Back for Blood or something like that. Because have you ever tried playing like Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, it's fun as hell.
Yeah, apparently the people that did Left 4 Dead are playing or that made Back for Blood. So it's like an updated version of Left 4 Dead. And I've had like heard mixed reviews about it, but since this is like Spooktober, we need to start playing those spooky games and to get people to join us. We just need like 2 other people, so I think we're going to try and find to see if like we could get another streamer girl that I know that would help us out. And then I don't know. These are all being planned, but hey, we are going to have a Discord. We have our Twitter handle, which is what, Robinson?
At NerdHellPodcast.
Great. So let's stop jerking off to the audience and get back to this fucking, thing that we're doing, which apparently they like. There are 40 people enough that like this.
18 to 40.
Which
I like that.
fine.
I like those numbers. Yeah.
I'm
good
fine with
those
that.
numbers.
Whatever. It's like building the community.
So, one thing that I said earlier is that memberships are destroying the very foundation of the United States of America.
And then we just promoted our own membership, whatever.
Hey, don't worry, folks. It's free until there are enough of you. But speaking of another membership, when the Nintendo Direct came out, I totally freaked out about it, and we talked about it on the podcast, and we mentioned how for Nintendo Switch Online, sucks, right? The online play is terrible. The Retro Collection, although now is pretty nice, when it first came out, it was god awful, and they were drip feeding us like some sort of horrible prison experiment where it's like, how many drops of water can the man live by? How many retro games can we let them have before they go insane? But at the very least, it was cheap, right? $20 a year, that's kind of nothing. And if you get the family plan and everybody pays their share, that's like $2 a year, right? So we kind of just let it slide. Then Nintendo said, hey, what if we make that retro collection worth it? Look, N64 games, Sega Genesis games, and we promise at this time we're actually going to keep up and give you guys things. And then we were all happy, and then they said, we are going to have to raise the price, though. To what? We'll let you know later.
Yeah.
So back then we discussed what the potential price could be, and we both like mildly agreed that like $5 to $10 extra wouldn't be too much of a big deal, right?
Yeah.
So the Animal Crossing Direct came out, and while we'll talk about that later because it is a good old fun time, they also revealed the price for the expansion pack.
And how much is it, Robinson?
$50, which for our mathematicians out there, that is 2.5 times. It is double and then some. which is absolutely goddamn redonkulous.
Dude, why? Like, it's not even like they're giving us anything, really. They're literally
No.
giving us the ability to rent video games.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we're getting the opportunity to actually own these games. Like,
and what?
at least with the Wii Virtual Console, you could pay actual money for it, and then you could keep it for however long that Wii was in service.
Yeah, exactly. And now, for $50 a year, $70 I believe for a family plan, it's just with the online services still being trash. It's just not worth it. I will say this though, they put the Animal Crossing DLC on there as a free bonus, right? Because I said we'll discuss it later, but Animal Crossing is getting some paid DLC.
Right.
But if you get the expansion pack, you get the Animal Crossing DLC. Now, I will say this. If they continue to roll that out, maybe, just maybe, I don't think so, it could be worth it. Because if they keep doing that and every DLC is free with the expansion pack, at one point, it might become worth it.
Yeah.
But here's the issue. The Nintendo Switch, she's getting old. She's getting up there in age, and we're going to have to put her down soon. She's like, the Nintendo Switch isn't new anymore. If this came out when the Nintendo Switch was new, and Nintendo was like doing paid DLC correctly, then I could absolutely see this being worth it, right?
Yeah.
Like at this point, we would have like maybe 50 games with free DLC for the expansion pack. And you know what? That's not a terrible deal. But that's not what's happening. This is the backslide of the Nintendo Switch, and like we can have what, like 2 more years with the Switch.
Yeah.
And if like the games for 2 or 3 more years, having that DLC for free just does not seem worth it. However, if Nintendo says like, hey, every DLC for every Nintendo game is free now, if with the expansion pack, they could salvage it a little bit. But as of right now, this is not worth it, and I am kind of disappointed in Nintendo. Because,
Yeah, no, I kind of figured that Nintendo was going to do something to fuck themselves. Like, this is how they always operate, right? They're riding high, they're doing fine, and then Nintendo decides, what can I do to stick something up my asshole that will make it so painful for not only myself, but for everyone that's involved with Nintendo? And, I mean, they had the Wii, right? Then they made the Wii U. Then they go to, this Super Nintendo like style controller and like the Nintendo Switch, and like, it's like, great, we're getting all these old games, it's awesome. And then they're like, we're going to double the price, more than double the price, close to triple the price, so that we can get essentially basically the same thing that they've been doing the entire time. Like, it's $70, dude. $70 a year. That's a Pro Controller, right? Because even the Pro Controller is overpriced for what it is.
Oh, absolutely. I always get the Power A wireless ones because they're like $40, $50, and they're just as good as a Pro Controller.
The only Pro Controller that I have is like a custom-made Gengar controller that Savannah got me for Christmas. And that's because she's a sweetheart. And, I fucking love that she did that for me. But Jesus Christ, like $70 for a fucking Pro Controller, and then you want me to pay $70 a year for the Nintendo Switch Online, which is now only getting Nintendo 64 and GameCube games? Like, get the fuck out of here.
No GameCube.
No GameCube. Not even GameCube yet.
Exactly.
So fuck off, right?
And that's another thing. They could have made it worth it if they just kept adding. Like, if they put GameCube on there, if they could put Game Boy on there, if they put Wii games on there, then, oh my gosh, it might actually be worth it, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, $50 a year for, like, generations of Nintendo's heavy hitters. Okay, sure. I'm sad it's a subscription, but sure. But, like, if we're going off of Nintendo's previous records, right, then we should not trust them to, like, make this worth it. We should trust them to add 2 N64 games every year, and, they're going to be like cult classics, right? Mm-hmm. Like stuff that nobody has played, and we might not even play it.
What do you mean? They're not going to add Glover to this?
Unfortunately, they won't. And
man, then it's not fucking worth it. I don't know. I would pay $60, the normal Nintendo tax, just to pay or play Banjo-Kazooie again. The only reason that I was interested in this fucking thing in the first place was because Banjo-Kazooie and Star Fox and, the other good titles from Nintendo 64 were actually coming to the Nintendo Switch. Plus, I found that Pro controller that's shaped like a Nintendo 64 controller to be kind of great, and I was okay with it, and I was okay for it, and I was for it. But now I'm kind of like, man, fuck this place. Fuck this. Like, if they're expecting like that much per year just for nothing, they're literally doing nothing. They haven't really updated their servers. Their online service still sucks dick. Like, Nintendo hates their fans more than their fans hate Nintendo. So that's it. I don't know. I can't say anything else to this because I'm just getting mad thinking about it, dude. I can't.
Then I'm just straight disappointed because on the show I'm the more optimistic type, I would say, and it's just not worth it. Like, honestly,
No,
it just isn't. It's more worth it to dig up your old Wii U and buy stuff off of the classic stuff there.
well,
That's
you
more
can't,
worth it than
dude,
this.
because they got rid of that.
Oh God.
Yeah, the servers went down for that, so you can't do that
Fantastic.
anymore.
Thank you, Nintendo. I appreciate it.
There you go. Shit, dude, I can't.
This is an
tell you how
abusive
disappointing that
relationship.
is. Dude, 100%. This is an abusive relationship. This is just Nintendo trying to find a way to make more money off of their customers, which they already have a rabid fan base. And if they keep doing shit like this, then hey, whatever.
Nintendo, you want to know how you make money off of us? Just make some good games. Do what you've always done. Just continue that trend.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Like Mario, you make Mario Odyssey 2, I buy that day one. I bought Metroid Dread day one. You make Breath of the Wild 2, I'm buying that day one. WarioWare, I would have bought it day one, but Metroid Dread was coming out soon. All you have to do is just make good games that are worth it. I promise you, you will make money. All this is doing is making your fans upset.
Yep.
I literally can't think of anybody who supports this.
I don't know, man. Like, what is it? Even some other reactions online, say that this is not really a good look for Nintendo.
It is double and then some. Double and then some. I can't get over that it's double and then some.
Yeah, because it's fucking awful. It's an awful
Yes.
deal. No one would really take that seriously.
No. And at this point, I'm just thinking, just do a classics on the eShop. Sell all these retro games for $5 a pop. Boom. You know how much money you're going to make off of that? A ton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sure, you're not going to make as much money if people bought your membership, but people aren't going to buy your membership.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just going to stay with the Nintendo Online that I have right now. Unless they arbitrarily raise the price for that one, then I'll cancel it and say fuck you, because I can do better online games on my PC. So, yeah. I don't know. You know what else is kind of a really bad idea? Is that Apple is making their own gaming PC.
You know what? We shall talk about that when we come back from our break. Because, I need to... I need to have a discussion about that. But before we do, I keep bringing up Animal Crossing, and I do want to bring this up real quick. Stanley, you know Animal Crossing, correct?
Yeah.
You know KK Slider?
Yep.
I am posting this on Twitter as well because I have this KK Slider playlist that I listen to when doing homework, and there's a KK song called KK Milagro? Oh my gosh, I forgot it. Hang on, but it sounds like KK is singing about an affair he had.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
KK
he is a dog.
Milonga. KK
Just like a dog with a bone.
And I want you to listen to a little bit of it before the break. We got to come back and talk about this song. Just looking at the album art is insane, and I'll be posting this on our Twitter as well. So, we'll be back in a second, folks, to talk about KK's affair and the Apple Gaming PC. So this KK song, it's like the Animal Crossing version of La Tango de Roxanne. And Milonga is actually a music genre. Yeah, it's Spanish music found in Argentina.
Great.
Uh, I don't know.
Awesome.
That's like my favorite KK song.
That's your
I,
favorite
li-
KK song?
I love it so much because like the Animal Crossing Direct brought him up, and I like had to re-listen to my playlist, and I'm like, oh, this brings back memories of doing homework.
Yeah, I saw that people were freaking out about the frog chair online, and I wasn't sure what was going on. And then I was just like, yeah, I'm sure, whatever, because I'm not a classic Animal Crossing fan. Like I never had the original one on like GameCube or that kind of shit. I didn't even have like when I had Nintendo DS, I didn't even have the games that were on DS. I'm a recent convert to Animal Crossing because of the pandemic, right? And we would play
Yeah.
on the pandemic and that kind of shit. So I don't know. Seems interesting. So this might be something there. I know that people were freaking out about the coffee shop opening in the museum and, the frog chair again. I don't
We'll
get it.
we'll bring that up later because you wanted to tell me about the Apple gaming PC.
Yes, the Apple gaming PC. So from Tom's Guide News, apparently their question was, is Apple about to enter the gaming PC arena and take on the likes of Alienware and Razer? A new supply chain rumor seems to indicate so. According to Economic Daily, the Cupertino tech giant may be working on an esports PC that would cost as much as $5,000. The report claims that the PC would either be an all-in-one desktop in the vein of the iMac or a large gaming laptop along the lines of the Razer Blade Pro 17. Apple's rumored gaming Mac could get unveiled as early as this June during Apple's annual Worldwide Developer Conference and may see a launch next year. A dedicated gaming PC would be new territory for Apple, but the move wouldn't be an entirely surprising one. The iPhone maker made its biggest gaming push yet in 2019 with the launch of the Apple Arcade, a $5 monthly subscription service that delivers more than 100 games that you can play on iOS, Mac, and Apple TV. With service titles like the likes of Sega, Ubisoft, Warner Brothers, and Capcom, the service, Apple has already a relationship with major AAA publishers in place. But
Wait, how did Apple get a better gaming membership than Nintendo? I'm sorry, continue.
Yeah, because Apple's greedy in other ways, man. Like, Apple's greedy in like the hardware department. In the software
absolutely.
department, they don't give a fuck. Like that's the thing. Is Nintendo is greedy in both hardware and software. So there really isn't like a way for them to kind of stem that. Because now I know that you're not a stranger to really like how high-end gaming PCs have been kind of like made up. Apple launched that cheese grater Mac Pro that starts at $6,000 and can be configured up to a like maximum of $52,199.
I was about to say they had the monitor stand that was $1,000.
Yeah.
I have a PC that I built and maintain since like 2016.
Yep.
And even I don't think I spent anywhere near that money. I think like I spent like 1,200 on this thing in 6 years.
Right. Well, the other part of it is that you can do a Hackintosh too, which
Ooh.
is if you just build your own PC and then put Apple software on it. Right, which is a little bit to kind of like try to go through, but still, $52,000 for a 28-core CPU, 1.5 terabytes of RAM, dual Radeon Duo GPUs, and a 4 terabyte SSD. Like that's the $52,000 option for their cheese grater Mac, right? So, but it kind of makes sense though because Apple is one of the few major players that really doesn't have like a laptop space dedicated to gaming PCs or really to gaming it whatsoever. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Like you can run games on Mac like Rocket League, Fortnite, and World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that. I play Dota too, and I have a friend who has a Mac, right? And when he works, he keeps in a Mac mode. But when he plays Dota, he's like, all right, give me a minute. I have to swap OSs. And he swaps to Windows.
Yeah.
Because that's much better to play Dota 2, a game that came out like 9 years ago.
Yeah. Well, what is it? I know that when I first came to Colleen, right, and I started working at my job, they gave me an option of like, do I want a PC or do I want a Mac? And I'm like, I want a PC. And so they gave me a laptop that was an Apple laptop with the PC hardware on it, and it sucked. It was bad. It was awful. It would freeze up when I was giving PowerPoint. You know, the lowest RAM and the lowest CPU usage you can do with like any kind of Microsoft thing, which is fucking PowerPoint, and it would freeze up during PowerPoint presentations.
You literally can't even swap images. Oh my god.
No, like it's literally just one of those things that are like, which one do you want? And I'm like, I'll take the PC one because I'm used to PC. Great. Here's your Apple iMac Pro, and then here's the fucking Microsoft software that we're gonna have to basically jerry rig onto your computer. Dude, I don't understand Apple's like thing with education where for some reason Apple has the most expensive products, but apparently they get such a steep discount by giving to schools. It's like a major tax write-off for Apple. And so like schools will buy all these Apple like Airs and like Mac Airs or something like that. And they fucking suck. All of them fucking suck. Like they're so bad. It's one of those of like half the programs that a lot of the kids use for like career center places where they're doing like CAD or anything like that do not run on Apple. And so Apple has basically got this like whatever the fuck hold it is. And I'm like, dude, just get Chromebooks. Like it can't be like
I was just about to say, yeah.
A Chromebook what is like $200 and a Chromebook that like functions is $200 and you could run like Windows software on the Chromebook. So yeah, fuck Apple. Like just get Chromebooks. They're easy to replace.
Back in Killeen, I took a telecommunications class, and like literally the second week in there, we learned how to take a MacBook and run Windows on it.
Oh yeah, we just had to like hold down the Control Alt, and then it would like show up the two partition drives.
And then you gotta stick the USB stick in there. Just gotta delete everything except for Windows.
Yeah, like it sucks, dude. Like it's not good. I don't know.
It's not fun.
I like it. Apple is good when you have only Apple software. But when you have anything else on Apple software or hardware, all of a sudden Apple's just like, oh my god, my anti-competitive nature is going to start running. And so then they start fucking shitting the bed. So I hate
Hey, new iPhone came out. By the way, definitely get that software update on your old iPhone.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It'll make your phone better. I promise.
Well, it turns out a lot of the reasons why Apple phones get slower over time is because the battery gets older. But then if you want to get the battery replaced, it's either pay like $90 to have the battery replaced in the store or, you know, get a new $1,000 iPhone, which is probably going to be what I'm going to do with my like iPhone 11 Pro is when the battery's getting slower, right? Obviously, because this phone is like 2 years old already. I'm going to go ahead and just like, I don't know, go change the battery out because apparently that solves a ton of fucking problems. With the
absolutely.
Apple.
I remember I got a buddy who has an iPhone. He told me the story how his iPhone was getting slowed up. So he went to the Apple store and they're like, yeah, to repair it's going to be like $230 something because we got to do this. And then he went to this place. It's just an independent cell phone repair place. The guy comes in, looks at his phone. He's like, oh yeah, $40 and I'll be done in half an hour. And he was, and the phone worked like brand new.
Yeah. No,
Because
like
all he did was replace the battery.
Yeah, because apparently, what is it? Apparently, the Apple 12 Pro and the 13 Pro have now added these like software requirements that essentially, if the Apple product has not been scanned in by Apple's own main server, then whatever connects to your phone, if it doesn't have that scan in from the Apple headquarters, it'll show up as foreign parts and foreign service, even if they're Apple genuine parts, and then they'll freeze up or they'll freeze you out of like certain things of your new iPhone.
Do we at least have the specs on the gaming rig?
Nope. It's a rumor, dude. That's the whole idea, is that it's like they're trying to get into it. But the person that was writing the article apparently said that this is like rumored to be around because, you know, Apple's been trying to order a lot of like really high-end parts for gaming PCs. But then again,
they're the ones buying up the 3090s.
$6,000, dude. $6,000 for a gaming PC? Like if you even have your own custom build like gaming PC, you could get like an AMD 5900X, and then like add on a GTX 3090, and then you'd still have money left over to buy the case and all the other shit. So,
You could get like 7 monitors with that amount of money.
dude, honestly, I know this is kind of like my fancy girl dreams, is that I want like a fucking monitor, like those 45-inch monitors that are curved. I honestly want one legit because I think they look cool, and I want like a lot of do a lot of work, not only on my gaming PC but like at work in general. And so I want those ultra wide monitors because I feel like it would be a lot of multitasking that I could do and keep that shit open, right?
I want a ultra wide curved monitor that hugs me, right?
Yeah.
It goes around, it gets
that's not
tighter
gonna
at the
happen.
arms. It feels nice.
Yeah, I feel like that's a thing. That's a pipe dream that you have, Robinson. You're never gonna get back.
I'm never gonna feel the warm, cold embrace of steel and computers.
Great, amazing.
Speaking of amazing, let's finally get to that Animal Crossing Direct.
Okay.
And we've talked about that Animal Crossing was such a massive success for Nintendo, and they really dropped the ball on keeping it updated, right? Because one argument you can make is like, but it was a full game, they didn't need to update it. The point of Animal Crossing is that you're supposed to play it for like years on end, because changes come. The seasons change, there are events, blah, blah, blah. Without any of the update, like the seasonal stuff, it's still a good game, but with the seasonal stuff, it becomes a community. It becomes something you come back to. A great example is Fortnite, Apex Legends, right? It gives you something to come back to what is otherwise very repetitive gameplay. So, Nintendo finally released the big boy drop, right? So, as you mentioned earlier, we got the Roost coming back with Brewster, and all you can do is drink coffee there.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know what's weirder, the fact that I am an Animal Crossing Lite fan. I had it on the GameCube, and like it was one of those games that me and my sisters were in love with, and that we would play together.
Yeah.
I remember this was at a point where reading wasn't something that I was like very capable of perfectly. So every time Mr. Mercetti came up, I had no idea what to do, so I would just create a new world.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's weirder, the fact that all these Nintendo fans are crying and whining for like a coffee shop where all you do is drink fake coffee, or the fact that Nintendo was like, no, not yet.
Dude, Nintendo fucking sucks. I hate them so much, but I love them too. I love and hate them at the same time. It's a love-hate relationship, you know.
Yep.
I love them, but at the same time, they disappoint me, like a child that I'd never wanted in the first place.
Yeah, Nintendo is like the cold wife the cold housewife. Like, sure, she'll keep the house clean and she'll do everything, but she ain't snuggling you at night. But sometimes she'll place a nice kiss on your cheek to let you know that, there's still love there. But then the very next day, like, she is back to being cold. That's what Nintendo is to me.
Yeah, dude, Nintendo is one of those places that I just can't. I really can't. Like, I just can't with them. Like, I just have to either stop thinking about it or just say fuck it and never buy another Nintendo product again. And obviously, option 2 is never going to happen.
It's
So
not possible.
I just try not to think about it because they suck. Like, that's it. So
I will say something new that they added to Brewster's Roost is amiibo invites. So if you have Animal Crossing amiibo, you can scan them in and drink coffee with them, which is really cute. And the Roost, Brewster's coffee shop, has the most relaxing music on earth. Like, I've fallen asleep to that song so many times. It makes you feel safe. It makes you feel like you're in a cup of warm coffee.
Jesus,
Such
Robinson.
a nice song.
The fuck, dude?
Do you not know the song The Roost?
No, I do, but I'm not that into it, my guy. Like,
It's so beautiful. The piano too. I lo-
You okay? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what's happening?
it inspires nostalgia and memories of a happier time where paying rent wasn't my problem.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mm-hmm.
my mama's problem.
Dude,
But
yeah, I get it. Still, so is that really it for the Animal Crossing thing?
oh no, there isn't because Captain's back. The Kappa who kidnaps children to drown them. He's back, and what he has is a little mini game. Well, he will take you to a random island and just leave you there
Oh,
to
I thought he was
explore.
gonna try and drown you. Like that was your thing that you had to go is like, yep, I'm gonna try and drown you.
So Captain is a Kappa, and Kappa is a Japanese mythological folklore creature. That's what they do. They find children like swimming in lakes and just straight up drown them.
Hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but he'll take you to islands where you can find stuff. It could be a different season on the island. It could be a different night or day cycle. So it's just a good little fun exploration thing to do.
Mm.
Another thing is they're bringing Harv's Island, and what Harv's Island is basically the merchant island. If you donate enough money to a certain stand, a merchant will fill up that little area. And honestly, that's pretty fun because it's adding a ton of items like Cypress and Reese. You can make custom furniture. Katrina, the fortune teller, is gonna
Mm-hmm.
show up there. It's just gonna be a good time.
Mm.
And God, I love Red. You know
Mm-hmm.
Red the fox who just
Yeah.
he sells
The
you
guy that like so
counterfeit
yeah,
items.
but you gotta be like you gotta know the subtleties of what is the counterfeit art or not. I actually like that part of Animal Crossing. That was actually one
He's
of my favorite
fun.
parts. Yeah.
I like
Might as
him.
well use my historical degree to figure out this shit. So yeah.
They also they added group stretching, which to me is indicative of a tyrannical government along with ordinances. So you can add ordinances to your town. For example, if you add a morning ordinance, all your townsfolk will be more active in the morning. If you add a night ordinance, they'll be more active at like midnight. So obviously, this is like, hey, if like you're playing at midnight, just turn on the midnight ordinance and everybody will like be more active at midnight, right?
Yeah.
But in the group stretching, it's just a fun little thing you can do if you're playing with Joy-Cons. But this is a tyrannical island. Like, could
Mm-hmm.
you imagine hearing the bell and the mayor's like, "All right, everybody, group stretches, and you here's your new circadian rhythm. You have to be awake from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. That way, I can see all of you and interact with all of you." That is that
Wow.
honestly that
Wow. Great.
I I understand that it's like good for the game and I like the features. I just like to imagine that this is a tyrannical
Mm.
government
Mm.
with all
Mm-hmm.
cute animals. Basically Animal Farm.
Great. It sounds awesome. It sounds like it's gonna be a good update for them.
Yeah,
Right.
there's more stuff. You get more home options, like you can make your
Mm.
home look cool. So something that I think is supremely stupid is that you have limited storage area in Animal Crossing, correct?
Yeah.
They upgraded the storage, and I'm just like, wait, so you changed the number from this to that? Like, I mean, I get that there's limited storage, but how is upgrading like a fake storage? Like, why isn't this something that was done from the beginning? Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in the same vein, they also upgraded how many numbers of bridges and stairs you can have on your island, which is another thing. Like I understand you can't have like a million bridges and stairs, but why? What's the limit coming from? There's like some programming stuff that I don't know about, or maybe Nintendo's just being facetious. But
Mm.
hey, good for everybody. And here's my favorite part: you can cook.
Oh, are they gonna
Yeah,
add like the cooking from like Breath of the Wild into it, where you just throw random shit into a pot and then it just like bounces up and down?
I've tried it. It only works if you're making popcorn.
It only works in making popcorn.
Yes, and the popcorn has to be already pre-made. You just throw it in the pot and boom.
Okay.
But
Then what's the point? Like,
no. In Animal Crossing, it's different. In Animal Crossing, you go around, you collect your ingredients, and then with those ingredients, you make your foods. You can eat your foods, or you can set them out to display. And it seems like there's gonna be a good amount of ingredients out there, which is fun because I don't know, cooking in video games just makes me feel happy.
yeah.
And honestly, some of my favorite recipes I've stolen from like video games, like not exactly, like not like Breath of the Wild, but have you tried roasting an apple?
No.
It's tasty. It's
No.
tasty.
Yeah, I don't know. I like cool apples, dude. I like the crisp apples. That's it. I'm not a whatever kind of person with that food. I don't know, and that's weird because I'm a vegetarian, so I can't choose what I want to do. I just either do it or I just don't. I don't know.
No. What's that Muse album? Drones.
Yeah, drones, dude. I don't know. Muse kind of went crazy after like they went really famous. They went into the really experimental phase, but that's a discussion for another time. So, do you get any more news stories? Quick fire stories, my guy.
No, but actually, I do have one, but we got more stuff on Animal Crossing because speaking of musical, we got more KK songs, and God, I love KK music with all my heart. That's why I brought up Milonga, KK Milonga from KK Slider from his upcoming album. The gyroids are back. I'm not sure why they were taken out in the first place. But I will say this: when I first saw a Lloyd that acted like your mailbox in Animal Crossing, it scared me. I don't know why, but like the thought of a being with no eyes and like a hole in its mouth just scared me until I realized that they were like made out of wood.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, never mind, that makes sense because I thought gyroids were like animals and like an eyeless animal. That idea scared the hell out of me. But no, you can collect gyroids that are mini, so you can decorate your house with them, and they also make music, like My Singing
okay.
Monsters. So that'll be fun. And back to the DLC I was talking to earlier, they're bringing Happy Home Paradise as a side paid DLC. Now, this is a little weird because it was a full game on the DS, right? But full game is stretching it because a lot of people thought, because what the game was is you just design houses. Like, it's super intricate, it's super detailed, but that's it, you just design houses, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they're putting it in here as a DLC because you're going to get like a butt ton of tools to customize houses so many ways. And it's paid DLC. You can pay for it to have it forever, or you can get the expansion pack online service to just have it there, which makes me angry because if you can just pay to have the DLC forever, why can't we just do that with the games?
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch expansion pack.
Yeah.
And the last piece of news to that is Froggy Chair.
Yeah.
I don't
Froggy
understand
Chair.
it either. It's a meme.
I don't get it.
All I can say is that it's a meme. It's Froggy Chair.
It's Froggy Chair. It's there.
I don't know what to say.
I just remember the one that where it was like what is it? Reggie Filet Mignon is like basically like sitting there. He's like, oh look, it's an apple, but it's also a TV or something like that. And that's like been a meme that like Jim Sterling does all the time on his videos. So I know about that. Like I said, I really just adopted Animal Crossing, so I have no idea about any of this other shit. So it's good that they're getting so much to this. I am not sure why they think that it's fine to do like paid DLC for this when they said at opening that there's going to be free DLC.
Yeah.
But whatever. Hey, it's Nintendo, right? They go back on their promises all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, man, if that's it, like I gotta go get ready for a Halloween party weeks before Halloween.
One last thing that I just think is funny that's going to take like no time is that in Metroid Dread, apparently Nintendo tweeted this out. Apparently there is a glitch in Metroid Dread that will make it impossible for you to move forward. And I I just think it's hilarious that there's like a handful of players out there that's like, I must be missing something. Did I backtrack far enough? Because there were two times in that, no, not two times, one time in that game where I felt that way, where I'm like, there's no way to move forward. Am I glitched? Did I soft lock myself?
Yeah.
That was actually a possibility for like
Yeah.
a handful of people.
Yeah. Of course, right? That's the deal.
But with that, we'll go ahead and I'll stop holding Stanley hostage. We got one of those electromagnetic chairs that hold you into place, so you can't leave during the podcast, which is why we haven't had a guest yet.
Yeah, I know. Well,
But hey, go ahead, have a grand old time at your not very early, at your early Halloween party.
Yeah.
You going in a costume or not?
no, because it's for like a small child, my guy. So my
Oh,
sister's
okay.
throwing it for my niece because it's my niece's birthday party.
I get
So-
you. I have a pocket costume that I just pull out. It's a bottle of sriracha sauce. And the
Oh.
nice thing about it is like it's a hood. So the moment I want it to stop being a costume, I just take the hood down and it's like a sriracha. It's like a bottle of sriracha shirt.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
What-
Well, then I'll see you later, man.
I'll see ya.
Where can we catch us? Where are we going to
You
be
can get-
available for the fans, the 18 to 40 fans that we have?
You can find us on Twitter at NerdHellPodcast. We got a YouTube channel. We have a lot of stuff on Anchor, Google Podcast, a bunch of stuff we're trying to get on Apple. We're going to have a Discord up for some fan interaction. And feel free to tweet at me. Like, I don't know how Twitter works yet. Feel free to tweet at me, yell at me. We'll talk about it later on the next podcast.
Spam him with furry stuff. I'm not joking.
No.
You need to do that. Like,
We also have a Gmail for business or like real inquiries. So go ahead and if you have like an actual inquiry or you want to collaborate, NerdHellPodcast at gmail.com. And with that, this very special go to hell goes to my main man Nintendo. You raised me, but you hurt me. You
Yeah.
can go to hell, Nintendo.
yeah. Go to hell, Nintendo. We'll see you there, my guy.
Bye, folks.